I'm not here now.
Yeah. Electoral Commission.
Yeah.
I think
Obi sent a message said she doesn't know why they haven't sacked the woman. They haven't sacked her, but they will sack her. Why? Don't worry.
So of course, they kind of men cast. I mean, share what here for. Now, men say all these things are happening because we live in a country where people don't take responsibility for their actions. Because in any serious democratic dispensation, these jokers sitting at Electoral Commission will not be parading themselves, masquerading around the streets of this country, calling themselves commissioners. Because for me, all of them have crossed their Rubicon. Rubicon also not cross.
You will tree speaking.
They say cross Rubicon. There is no way over back. So they are done. Their positions have become untenable.
I see.
And because I will have those of incompetence as I a display kroma and ya Ghana for na democracy ya mature to a certain level. I'm telling you, Ghana and Sudan can no difference be anim. Ghana ne Cote d'Ivoire na omuku omo nanka difference be anim. But Ghana for na etoda, despite the political differences in for no, we still value yankasa ye hon na kwan ye fa so ye nema. Is the reason why we are here.
Yeah.
Electoral Commission near my oil. You see, people are talking about rerun. People are talking about polling station, you recount and then as for the major part of it where the Electoral Commission will take responsibility for what they have done. No, because said enough, Mrs. Stacey can so go back to 2020 elections. Go and look at series of mistakes. Basic mistake. Electoral commissioners. They never, nobody penalized them for any of them. Fast forward 2024 elections. You declare election, we know Electoral Commission across the ballot box about cry. Now the soldier for Kucha declare. So there were sheer contradictions from almost all the declaration of Moye at the constituency, which the law says it must be done and declared at the constituency. No? The Electoral Commission came to Accra, violated the laws of saying electoral process, then redeclared different people as Yafe, and I yet one, at the time, I was expecting that somebody would challenge the competence of these jokers sitting there as commissioners. But nobody questioned, you understand? The last time I catch Donald Trump, Abra and Kobe Kukuna assassination, the head of Secret Service, your friend Kimberly Chittle, not only baby close to baby, I didn't know it happened yet, but because the ultimate responsibility rested with the head, she appeared before Senate. And I'm now to understand the woman had no other option than to tender in her resignation to your friends, the president, or resign. That is where people take ultimate responsibility. We sat in this country, this Jean Mensah woman, through a letter, could try a significant part of voter region from a constituency. These people sat there for 4 good years without a representation. And settled this particular injustice that was done. For 4 good years. They got away with it, and for the political class, it was normal because at the time, a favor amount for. And the Electoral Commission, Bossman Asara Quatina Parliament, catching we are seeing they had 3 areas. Omukako Kanto, left your declare results. Don't forget the results had already been declared. And the Electoral Commission now and then the same commission is catching and say, run our 12 polling 19 polling station. Are these people not jokers? Are these people not jokers? And these jokers should not be given power to be toying with state institutions like the Electoral Commission. Because my catcher says, you see, when you look around Africa, there are a lot of graveyards all because of electoral violence and electoral misunderstanding arising from some of these, your friend is saying, basic errors commissions and institutions. We've seen belligerence, intransigence on the part of the Electoral Commissioner. The ordinary people, actors, the stakeholders, like the NDCM people are all critical stakeholders in our electoral enterprise. There have been a series of engagement. They never listen. I know the day Electoral Commission is run. But the most important question, and I had Mr. Bisa is Electoral Commission, my Electoral Commission who can say, Yakoto Abana say, your friend say, you whooping sheeter. Electoral Commission to me declares a run. There is no law. So Electoral Commissioner boom raso beer in any man or boom rasono is the same arena and and consistently, they are trampling on the laws of the land, with impunity. They don't respect anybody, because some of these things could have been resolved through an IPAC engagement with the stakeholders. NDC MPP, they are the critical stakeholders, or more be at hand. And any other IPAC by. So whatever it is, you engage these critical stakeholders and explain to them, say, because of A, B, C, D, this is that decision that we've taken as a commission. Monsono, your input, you understand? But you bypass these institutions, then you flout the law with impunity. At the end of the day, do you want people to take you serious? So for me, I think that, you see, we are here because the Electoral Commission is so incompetent, and the remnant of Akufo-Addo Nneema, we begin to ask ourselves, how on earth Kwame Ben as Uncle Fuifa of Mayor Commissioners? Because, oh, come on, Jean Mensah Nneema Wadanadi from day one clearly shows she's an incompetent person. Bossman Asaren and and people are even calling for their head. And for me, I think that, you see, there are thousands of reasons I will be media general petition for the removal of these jokers parading themselves as easy, because continuously, they are not only endangering our democracy, but the young kasa, people, our lives are on the line. Because in the days ahead, they might be taking decisions at another day in the Ghana before boom, and we must not sit down and watch some of these things. For instance, that's already your voter regions are no free. If that's around a panel, be say, Bantuma, Kumase, you're 12 free moment for 4 good years. I do think people have peace in this country. And if these people have declared a tendency to do that nonsense at the place, then the probability that they can replicate same somewhere is high. I think we must begin to call the heads of these jokers and push them out of the Electoral Commission. I am not saying this because government has changed, because these people have displayed incompetence. And for me, that is enough reason. Baby, I'm more declare say young quiet rerun. The question is, pick a button I got to pink sheet no one. Sa pink sheet no yamma man on the command. I gave me papa on the command. But the Electoral Commission, young man, all the resources in the country to conduct the election, cannot tell us the whereabouts of pink sheet, which is the essential document. The question is, what is your competence? And it's the same as the Donald Trump situation, and the woman should resign. The Electoral Commission cannot tell us, you pink sheet, and that should be the reason why I'm quiet elections. Election, who is going to finance it?
But beyond the Electoral Commission, and this MPP position, could take somebody J0kers. Is it the right call?
Oh yes, me MPP, definitely that is what I do, because the question is, you act the legal basis for the rerun. You what I say? The legal basis for the rerun, because can say court and a more coin just to ensure you declare way. So based on what, because you see, idea way are very dangerous to the sense that allow Electoral Commission to do this rerun. Do you know what is going to happen in the future? A constituency a political party be presidential election will win convincingly. Electoral Commission will catch us a pink seat and that area and the whole region may have impact on the offense and the electoral prospect. So some of these things are you magnify it as a reasonable, sensible person to put a perspective on it. And 19 constituencies or China, a bit the whole region, because ultimately you turn presidential election, Electoral Commission Ashanti region, the whole Ashanti region, pink seat tonight, will you be happy in this country? So I don't know, very dangerous. Is the reason why I support this particular court action. But you see, whether it will hold or not, and that is another thing, because almost they are performing a constitutional duty, and a recent ruling so person will stop a constitutional process that is emotional. You need a very reasonable justification to prove that indeed when the thing is done, it will cause an irreparable damage. So I think we will leave that to the court to decide. But for me, I think that my focus is on the Electoral Commission. JB, you and I, we said they are incompetent bunch of individuals. It has nothing to do with the NDC MPP. These people, they will endanger the prospect of this country. And Omokasakwana West, Boss Manasari, Obiena, Obio Free University, but people thought he was bringing on board some ingenuity and wisdom. Okasa, Sebiase, Bibi, you know how I went to see. As Okwana, school.
Oh, how?
Oh, and I went to several times. NDC MPP are critical.
Yeah, you even school there to say.
Oh, as I make country, who the concha, but I say, Okasa boom, 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 boom. But this is a person who is supposed to be an intellectual. Okasa Yansa be him, and sir, attitude, you know, and as how much of my attitude, you know, that Electoral Commission, Kasa boom, 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 Yansa be him. Or more we are you see, oh, yeah, they will be too for you need to listen because Electoral Commission shall say they were going this ballistic and people started cautioning them, say, here we are today, Debbie. Message NDC Nanya majority of the seat, and they've decided to let some of the seats go. I'm telling you, sir, Abuase, Techimai, Bobo, Tema West, Lena Sefonum, and even that
is it
Tema West,
Bibi Bright,
yes,
yes, and for me,
can create love.
Baba Sadiq, yes, and for me, I am very disappointed. The fact that we're winning more seats, you know, doesn't mean that we should let some of these things go because and Electoral Commission fast were already declared election, you know, were illegal, violating laws, but because I've gotten enough seats, or China or the Bedu or the Diwa, there will be president to make reference to. You understand? So me, we need to be very serious and very frontal. Now you're making sure, say, the Electoral Commission, you know, are more demonstrating nothing but incompetence. They have demonstrated, said they are insincere. You cannot rely on them, and the state institution cannot be changing position in the space of months. You understand? And for me, that should be the concern. On the side of the MPP, for now, when we say MPP, boom, Electoral Commission, Commission, hey, 8 good years. Now, what Attorney General who defended the Electoral Commission both on radio and TV, and you're complaining about the Electoral Commission for what? That is the insincerity on the part of these individuals. So some of us, our position have always been consistent. Say the men signing microphone, they have no knowledge about electoral process and as a form. Patapani gidi and until they adopted those aggressive posture na Okanyans because the people they were dealing with. The NDC MPP, Macmenu, I said, these people have been part of the electoral process since 1992. Yes, you understand? So these are individuals, you can just trash their opinion just like that. You are the learner. Where is he boss? But you are the one learning the process because these are institutions sitting in. So you collaborate with them. Baby and Nema want just to. Your friends over to me, but you 2020 elections, 2024 elections, Ghana force you continue some so because 2024 elections, you know, Sunday night, you're sorry, you're not tension, cookie ukroma say no. Say never Baumian dimly kakok jitum say why. I'm telling you, sir, and can semi besi ukroma na the ketwa because now Electoral Commission M5, your friends are two, your friends are figures crambo more baby. They were sitting at their office. Your friends are throwing funny justifications. Oko polling station, political party for Akobisi, Chihontino, you no access to figures. What nonsense! But we bought these things in this country, you understand? So for me, I think the time has come. The Chief Justice issue no koda. We should not stop saying Chief Justice issue about we should forget the Electoral Commission. No. Every single state institution that has demonstrated incompetence is the reason why we voted the Akufo-Addo government out because the guy just decided to staff state institutions with individuals or more some alliances and allegiance to him. For me, this is a time, an opportunity for us to, you know, sanitize these state institutions and ensure state institutions will once again become very effective, reliable, and Ghanaians can go to sleep when we are having an election, but not be putting these jokers in the sensitive position and be fooling around in the name of exercising constitutional duty.
Well, Ivan, innocent, Che, you say, Bosman Asare, or Kasati Sobi, or call evening school, and Aju school. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you call Aju school, yeah, that's it. Now, so yes, I also come back and I share the sudden demise of the Member of Parliament for Akwetia. Very, very energetic, strong man, young man, 40 years, I'm told. Say, Ernest Yao Kumi, what on an animal said, though. I mean, the ENRA, or the floor of Parliament, after your marking, officially informed the Speaker of Parliament. No conducted government business because of the sudden demise. They had to just say neatu omono emodru ntomo to me enter Parliament na omo enye saso ena the majority leader, that is Mahama Yariga, also supports the motion Speaker of Parliament ejitu musomu na mo sorry na ene omo same convey of Parliament no monye conducted government business. Now, looking at from where he's coming from, the pressure what constituency honomo, any other factors put together. Now what's in the one? Lucius, dear neighbor would trim in the first place.
You gave him that say. We dear ma, in fact, when you na, Emma Abufia Forno Yako. Na Memma Ukunaforno so Yako. JB Emuya.
Yeah.
Emuya, most especially, Moshe Ubia Afin 40 years. Da yataka say life begins at 40.
At 40, yeah.
Intino, we the old 40 now. Life no baby begin na no trust. Oti asem bi se ya enya asem de emu ya pa nti yema obi bia oben no yako enra na me hwe video bi a na banti bi esu na o ka se banida so nyina aide asa because NS Yakumi ono ne ye abusuanu pillar enti wafiri mu die banida so nyina asa enti obi saa no what is say wafiri ma enye easy abusuanu akọ ahohiahia mu abusuanu akọ ahohiahia pa most especially ohwe oba kunafo na ohwe enkora nso a wajaba achi a so ahu abusuanu mpempi no eno ane o maame ne papa no
yeah
meka with regards to nkora no nti no wesi a wafiri mu no ebia ebeduru baabi nkora no betoto bani otu ani hwe benku hwe ni mfa ase unhu bia anka ne na wofa ya adwuma pa e kan wofa abusuam o wofa o papa de kura de na ye ntamfa ya ni kura papa so se wofa betin de no wofa ni baabi abi
yeah
nti emu ya na de meka ese oba kunafo no onchechire ne wre nyame ne de ma ono anso ne san den eje nyame na ne nim ne oye na mom ade ba ko a mete ya I say masha ase tete a enye me de no ye ebi mu aba sha ase e post se oba no ebe contest for
but is it not too early?
Meaning say also who be
But I mean it's too early for
no aba be ye ade ba ko a NPP for no ohu baji atu wachi ase enti anytime bia obeti say MP bia awu no ahu na bedwen oba na abedun beko contest no wachi ase ye abibre mu ha say de oba kunafo mpo de na nka ye wo bre a udi utim di pie e de ye niema bi o
yeah
ahu ukunu awu na within the shortest possible time na wokọ ye ayi okọ contest de nka bibrem ha minjini say ye tribe bia esoso I'm not against obakunafo a okọ contest but I'm against the mankind saying period
the morality aspect of it morally doesn't make sense
say nipa no wie na ya hya ase adwen say obakunafo no next ayi say obekọ contest ahu enya dia etwa yi me feel say bribia so say yebetimi akasa ti asade no emwa enya dia boa and then ade ba ko a meka so say metete aja owuo no baaye no ebi mo ekase na pressure edane so because no wo assignment bi a na say oye kra na want to be anya before but say okọ baabi ekọ ye aduma and okọboa ni nua bi nti oba beduru akra Sunday no na nka ade achi Monday no krampo na osan so wo presentation nti obeduru Sunday no saa na Sunday na no na osan prepare usua de against the Monday morning no programmer or den owo eye eho no mmom ne o complaini nakoma ahu ne yere edno den ekọ hospital adi kusi so ahu enti no ade ba ko a eya because wo hwe the series of events from somewhere 2019 when ma was started say ope MP adi na ɔne